Welcome to Itanhaém, a city on the south coast of Brazil, and I came here because of the fact it's the second oldest city in Brazil, and more importantly, as I've discovered online, it's a bit of a UFO hotspot where in the skies there have been reports of, not lately, but UFOs, aliens and flying saucers and stuff like that. I arrived here yesterday, all the way from Santos. The hostel I'm staying in, really good. It is a hotel with hostel facilities. It is probably the best night's sleep I've had since arriving in Brazil, and I don't know if that's just because my jet lag has worn off, but more importantly, the breakfast. Although it's £10 a night to stay in the hostel, there is a separate price for breakfast, which was 29 real. I'm just going to stop because it's a bit steep, and the fact I did a 5k run this morning, so my fitness levels have just gone down. But the breakfast itself, this is what I had. It was eggs. I made a sandwich out of all of it, and then because I was still a bit hungry, I had a bit more. I had a limited amount of coffee, which really helped me, and I was just next door to the pool. What more do you want? Beautiful. Right, let's get to the top. I've got my breath back, I can speak again. So this is the view from the top of this little hill, and the reason I'm starting here is because of this place here. It's number one on the tourist map, which I was quite lucky that when I was in the hostel or hotel, they gave me a tourist map in English. Well done them. So this is Convento Nossa Senhora da Conceição. Easy to say, Our Lady of Conception Convent. So this convent was constructed back in around 1733, although the site does date back to around the 16th century when it was first founded, the city. So I'll have a little wander in. There is a sign saying, no bathing costumes. Right. Wow. Right, I stopped the camera because the young lady on the left wanted to speak to me. Her English is really good. Want to know all about where I came from. She's heard of Newcastle, surprisingly. Now, I don't know if this convent is still being used. But I'm going to try and get outside around the back. Another long conversation with the lady who actually lives just down there. She lived in the city for about 16 years, and I asked if I could go around to the back to see more. Unfortunately, they're doing reconstructions and refurbishments, and in 2027 is when it opens to the public. So 2027 is probably the year to come to see this church in all its former glory. Now, in 1883 there was a fire which destroyed most of the convent, which is why it's in such a bad state. And it was because Friar Manuel de Santa Perpetua was a teacher for kids and adults. What he did was, on an evening, they would get torches of fire to get rid of the bats while they did the education. and then one night they used old banana leaves and it resulted in the whole convent going on fire. Oops. That'll teach you a lesson. Keep the bats where they are. So I'm now going to go back down, and it's going to be easier going back down to the centre. And I'm getting down to the bottom of this steep slope. There's a wooden cross which is the entrance to the convent, and although you might think, oh, that's a bit of a religious thing, it's not really. In the 18th, 19th century, this was the whipping post for the slaves that was building this city. Any slaves that did anything wrong, brought here, whipped. That's the brutal history of the expansion of Brazil. So I've just walked down from the hill, the cross, and it seems to be the town square, the old town square, with a church there, with a Christmas little theme going on the outside there, which is bad for the end of January. But this here is the old town hall and the jail. Now it's a museum now. I don't think it's much to get in. There's a price there of R2. Hola. There seems to be a visitor's book for everything. I'm going to guess that there's nothing in English. That looks lethal. I don't know what these things are. This is the jail. Well, because there's not many Western tourists come here, there's very little online in English about this place. Oh, an old book. Look at all the posh hats and ties. Most people, when they do come to Brazil, go to the big cities, or they go to Rio de Janeiro and head up. So, do I go out this way? That way, yeah. So although I've got a tourist map, it's very limited information about what stuff is. But I can use my imagination. I reckon this is where they had their little town meetings about what they were going to do for the day. Let's go to the beach. Would probably be the main order of the day. I mean, for a museum, it's not the biggest, but at least you get nice views of the town square. Across the way from the museum of the town jail and town hall is Santana Church, and it looks like they're doing some restoring, judging by the skip outside and the lack of a door, and the Christmas little setup is just outside, but it looks permanent. That's concreted in. Wow. Oh well. This is really chilled, and I feel so safe around here. Talking to the young lady at the top in the convent, when I mentioned the fact I'd been to Sao Paulo and to Santos, she was like, ooh, dangerous. Okay, but this place isn't. Right, go on the map, there is stuff down here. Let's have a look. So we're walking down, I just saw this tourist bus which seems to go around every hour. It's all in Portuguese, so it's no good for me, but for some reason they stopped and there's a guy with an accordion and they're all having a little sing-song. Obviously I've got to find out or watch them. Obviously these guys have paid. Is he a pirate? Oh, I wish I could speak Portuguese. Right, let's carry on with my little adventure. So what I gather is, from what I've seen, is this takes you around all the tourist spots within the city. And although they call it a city, it didn't feel that big. Oh, this is a dead end. So I walked about 10 minutes north from the historical square. Not much to see. This is probably real life. I'm in the centre of the main road system. There's a Christian cemetery, old style, across there, and across the road. Now one of my friends, one of my subs from Darlington, is obsessed with bicycles, and he'll message me often to say, is there a bike shop where you are? Jamie, just for you, there is a bike shop. But right now I'm going to head this way towards the beach, just to give you an idea of where I was running for my 5 kilometers this morning. I'm now at the front and you can see the sand and the sea, and this is the promenade. Now this walkway, this beach walkway, is from the very bottom going all the way down that way, is about 2 kilometers. How do I know? I ran it this morning. So to do the 5k all the way up there, all the way back, a little bit way into town, and then back to the hostel. It was quiet compared to Santos, where you're dodging bicycles, faster runners. This was just a dream. And talking about dreams, this place at the beach, you can see, is not really that busy, but over the bridge on the other side is the beach, which is called the Dream Beach, and that's where I'm going to go next. But what I'm going to do first of all is I'm heading back to the hostel and just get some water down my throat. I also took a banana and some pastries from breakfast this morning, and I'm going to have that and then head off to explore a bit more. But so far I am really liking this place. I've had lunch and I've come from the north side over the bridge and now on the south side of the city. Now there is a little peninsula with a wooded area, but I think where I need to go is down here towards Dream Beach and stuff to see. Now this is going to be a quick little tour of this end of the city, mainly because normal life carries on and I've got to do laundry, and there is a laundrette not too far away from the hostel where I'm staying, and I would love to take you to the laundrette to watch washing machines go around, but I don't really think it's that exciting. But we'll see what's down here. So this is Fisherman Beach, and you can probably hear from the wind, it's a little bit windy, and compared to the beach that's on the other side, this has got people on it. It's got tourists. Now it's just a short walk and everything is walkable. It's so close together. So that peninsula down there on the other side is Dream Beach, and this beach here, Fisherman Beach, is more for surfing, but I suppose it goes all the way down there. But even though there is just only a touch of blue skies, not much, and it is windy, you've still got people on the beach like me. Right, the wind is pretty strong around here, so sorry about that, but just walking around I've just found this, Our Lady of Lourdes cave. Wasn't expecting this. So obviously I've got nothing online because I've got no SIM card, so I can't really check out on what this is. Well, I guess people come here to be healed. That's a newbie. So going away from the Lords, you've got a walkway. On the other side of this peninsula is Dream Beach, and I'm just following this walkway to find out what's at the end of it, because I'm nosy. As you follow this little pathway, there is a sign to say something happened here on 13th of July 1553. Someone landed here. Let's take a little history lesson, because on the 9th of June 1957, something else happened. And it is really wild to see. And the walkway leads to this, the end, to rocks. There is a sign. I have no idea. Portuguese. You can go around and climb the rocks if you want to. And that's it. I'm glad I walked all that way to the end. Now up there you can see there's, I don't know if you can see where the rock, the big rock is, there's a few people up there, but I don't think I'm going to get a chance to get up that way. Green Beach on the other side is, you can just see the water around there. It's just like the Fisherman Beach. I did see it on the way down here yesterday in the taxi as we drove by. It's just another beach. We're going to have so many over the next few weeks that I don't think it's anything special. But I think I might have to head back, because I've been out a bit longer than what I thought to get down here. Now I've just discovered that because I've been using my offline maps to get here, I've not really took much notice of the tourist map that I was given, and in my head going, why did I not know about that walkway? Why did I not know about the Lourdes cave? It's because I've gone further than what I thought I had. without realising. So the beach that we were on, that was Dream Beach. It wasn't Fisherman's Beach. That's further down, up. I probably passed it without even thinking about it. So the Lord's Cave, there is a mass held every month for the cave. The walkway is a 220 metre walkway that takes you to a rock formation that is unusual around here. There you go. It was in the tourist map. See, I walk too far without looking at stuff. There is one more thing that I need to see before I head back to the hostel to pick up my laundry, and it's on the way back via Dream Beach. This is Dream Beach, and this is where all the hotels and seemingly awesome restaurants are along. So what I'm after is at the end of Dream Beach, just before Fisherman Beach. So I'm right on the other end of Dream Beach, now that I know it's called Dream Beach. And what I was looking for is this thing here, which is the Sand Women Monument. And I have no idea where it is. I assumed that the monument would be by the sign. It's not on my offline maps at all. I have looked around everywhere around here. That's definitely not a monument, that. These are all where they sell the fish. So I'm quite disappointed I can't see this monument. I just asked one of the locals and he just went and on the tourist map I've got, it's a monument that looks like a woman, a sand woman. Oh. I wonder what these are. They're just shells. And there's a sign that says Fisherman's Beach. So cool because it's small cove where you can catch fish. Yeah, this is definitely small. How did I get them mixed up? Definitely worth coming to this place. So if you're ever in the area, if you're ever in Sao Paulo and decide you want to go somewhere safer, a bit more chilled than Santos, this is it. But it's time for me to go back and clean some clothes. It's a 10-minute walk back to the hostel. If you've enjoyed this video, then all you got to do is press that like button. I leave tomorrow to go to the next place. I don't know where I'm going yet. There's a few places that are on the way. Who knows? But the only way you can find out is if you subscribe. But until the next time, back to normality, clean clothes. Bye bye for now.